In my universe, it's 1933, and I'm a private eye. Wherever I go, the wind follows. And the wind, it smells like rain.
The city is going down, and it's taking us with it. It's been 5 years since the Spider retired. Now Silvermane and his goons run the joint. A shadow of his former self, Ben Reilly indulges his days, not as a vigilante, but instead a private investigator, tasked with finding the whereabouts of Jimmy Addison. Alongside fellow P.I. Donegal, they track and confront Addison, only for him to set a blaze and hurl hellfire at them. The rabbit hole deepens with the reveal that Addison was hired to burn down Silvermane's mansion. What follows is a series of events filled with mobsters, betrayal, love, lust, and greed, which sickens the heart of New York City down to its very core. Will the Spider be able to save it, or will he fail, just like he did with the love of his life, Ruby, all those years ago? Right, back to normal. By the way, please like and subscribe, it really does mean a lot. Anyway, I'm sure like most of you, my introduction to Spider-Noir was 2018's fantastic Into the Spider-Verse, where he's voiced by none other than the legendary Nicolas Cage, which led him to getting his own show, which, I mean, the timing of it is a bit weird, especially since he was barely in Across the Spider-Verse.
I assume the showrunners expected to Beyond the Spider-Verse to have already come out over 2 years ago.
God damn, they must have been smoking crack if they seriously thought it would come out that early. What were they thinking? But timing aside, this show is actually pretty damn good. Who saw that Sony was capable of putting out live action stuff that isn't actual dog water? Looking at you, Sonyverse. The reason they succeeded here while failed there is because there is actual love and care poured into this.
Who would have guessed that doing something for passion will result in a better project than just doing it for money?
We can see this right off the bat, due to the show being released in both true hue color as well as authentic black and white. Now, your first thoughts may be that they slapped a black and white filter over this colored version as a cheap gimmick to make more money, but no, in fact, they filmed it with both in mind, as can be seen through the coloring of the show. Watching it only in black and white, I mean, it looks great, the shadows pop and the lights shine, but that's because of the bizarre color choices for the characters and sets that make it so vibrant. It seems straight out of a comic, it's insane. It also reminds you of classic Hollywood films, it's just wonderful. So if you see people arguing on how to watch a show, I can't really give you a definitive answer, as both formats were given the love and attention they deserved. Both look equally great, and me personally, I watched it originally in black and white, but on a rewatch, I found myself falling in love with a true hue version, since you don't see many film or shows nowadays that look this fascinating. But of course, black and white is more true to the character, which is why I watched it like that originally. Now, it may look good, but none of that matters as the rest of it is just Mobius in sheep's clothing. So, how does it fare? Bloody brilliant, honestly. It's got a captivating story with great characters, but from here on out, I will have to spoil the show in order to continue, so please note that you have been warned. Oh, and please do subscribe. Ben Reilly. Yes, Ben, not Peter Parker. In this universe, he's named after Peter's clone, presumably because of legal reasons, themes and such. But we do learn that he changed his name to Ben after the war, presumably to hide his identity. He also uses the name Pete when on the cover, so that was a fun nod, but this character feels like an older Pete, so it makes sense, especially one who's a war veteran.
Oh, look at you, sweetie, what happened?
You goddamn knows what happened! Go get me a beer, bitch!
We meet him here 5 years after he's retired being New York's web slingers, the Spider, because he failed to save his love, Ruby. This is basically his Gwen moment. Ben finds himself back under the mask due to villains who begin showing up his powers, one of them being Addison, a man he was hired to track down, but Ben finds out he can summon fire. Talk about spicy, huh? The others in the series who have powers are Lonnie Lincoln, otherwise known as Tombstone, who can harden his skin, Flint Marko, whose body can pull a crocodile and turn to sand, appropriately labeled the Sandman.
And last we have Dirk Layton, who controls electricity and is dubbed Megawatt? Who the hell is this random kid? Turns out we got this obscure character in which is pretty cool to see, mind you. I do love seeing lesser known characters. But it's bizarre that we got Tombstone and Sandman without an Electro. This may just be my spectacular Spider-Man days talking, but it feels a bit weird being here without him.
Helping Ben in his endeavors are the most goated characters in the whole show. Robbie Robertson, the reporter, Janet Reeves, the secretary, and Frankie, the street urchin. Frankie is the GOAT. This kid better become the next Ryan Gosling. I want him in everything. I bloody love him. Robbie is Ben's best mate who works over at the Daily Bugle and is currently undercovering the Super Ankle, trying to discover how a bunch of just random street hooligans are now all of a sudden getting superpowers. He's able to uncover with the help of Janet, an underpaid secretary who does way too much work for her low position, that all these men are connected by one prisoner of war camp that they were all held at during World War I in German-occupied France. How bizarre. Even more so when it's discovered that they all go to one specialist, Dr. Faber. All this coincided with their outburst of powers. All these villains find themselves under the payroll of Silvermane, Kingpin of New York. He may not actually be Wilson Fisk's Kingpin, but Silvermane is a predominant character as is, so he's pretty good. And here, he's played by the great Brendan Gleeson. For real, go check out Banshees of Inisherin. He is phenomenal there. Silvermane acts as the main foil throughout the season, but I love what they do with him. We have Ben acting all chummy with him, drinking and working for him in order to find out more and take him out from under. One of the reasons he does this is to protect none other than Alcove's signature singer, Cat Hardy. And I say singer with no hesitation.
Dream a little dream of me.
If you couldn't have guessed, she's this world's Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat. It's just a shame they didn't use her Marvel Rivals design. Genuinely though, she is one of the most fascinating characters as she starts off by hiring Ben to find Marco, her lover who she worries for since his condition worsens. The more he uses his powers, the more unstable he becomes, leading him to run away, leaving Cat all alone. In his absence, she finds solace in Ben, who feels truly alone after the loss of Ruby, and the two of them quickly fall in love, especially after she pulls a Lois Lane on him and falls off the building. Which, last time one of Spider-Man's love interests did this, she sort of, that. But all's well that ends well, especially if her back's intact. The two imagine the life they can live together without Silvermane, since she's just stuck in his grasp, trying to escape by burning down his house and setting up a sting operation on him, neither of which working. But Ben suggests they run away together to some nice island in Greece with Black's land. She agrees, but before they could flee, an old man confronts Ben. This Unk isn't just an old fart though, he's actually Ogden, a 37-year-old man and just works the graveyard shift. But nah, for real though, he was actually one of the prisoners back at the prison of war camp. And because he was experimented on, he recognized Ben as the man who freed him and figured out that he must be the Spider. So because he's facing rapid age acceleration and will die soon, he begs for the aid of the Spider, whose strange body may help find a cure since the Spider is the only one who is using powers without dying. Ben declines to help though. He's ready to leave it all behind and live the dream with Cat out in Greece, without knowing that the real reason Ogden is here is because Cat betrayed his identity and told Dr. Faber his secret in order to save Flint, the man she truly loves. Ben does not know this unfortunate truth, however, and leaves to be with her. Ogden, knowing it's slimed or be slimed, drugs Ben and forces him to undergo surgery. Here we get an insane fever dream showing how Ben got his powers from a man spider and was forced to undergo experimentation by the US military. After the surgery and subsequent galaxy gas trip, Ogden's mother, Dr. Faber, is able to discover an antidote for this accursed affliction, and she's able to cure her son, bringing him back to normal. Ben is able to escape with the help of Ogden, who is grateful to him for saving his life, but he understands that Dr. Faber is insane and will not stop at an antidote. I mean, her insanity is only proven when Silvermane and his supergoons. Jesus, did I really just say that? Anyway, Silvermane breaks into Dr. Faber's lab and discovers all the experiments she's been running on the old war prisoners. And it's filthy. For real, this is disgusting body horror and I love it. It looks so damn cool. He murks Dr. Faber and Ogden, but Ben escaped with the antidote before Silvermane ever knew he was even there. Now holding the only cure, Riley decides he wants to be the Spider no more. Which, yeah, fair enough. Ben is just stunned with his life, since it only brings him pain and just wants to be happy. But Robbie knocks some sense into him, tells him that he truly is a hero, and taking this cure now is robbing others. He knows that Ben isn't the selfish person he wants everyone to believe he is. Ben, knowing what he has to do first before taking the cure, sets out to free the other men from their powers, allowing them to live the normal life all of them wish for. He's able to successfully cure Lonnie, who leaves New York for a better life in Niagara Falls with his mother. However, before Ben can cure the other two, Silvermane forces him into a meeting where he has to call the Spider over. So he just calls Robbie, but Silvermane's goons find Janet waiting outside, showing that she has a cure on her. Silvermane puts the clues together and finds out that Ben is a Spider and holds Cat at gunpoint, knowing that Ben would never allow an innocent life to die. All the while Flint just watches enraged. Before anything happens though, Robbie arrives wearing the Spider costume, who gets immediately stabbed with a cure and then electrocuted by Dirk. The confusion allows Ben to get a jump on them but exposes his identity.
he gets swept up in a fight against Dirk and Flint, who pieces his ass up. Meanwhile, Kat chases down Silvermane and puts an end to him, freeing herself and makes her way over to the main commotion as Dirk goes full hothead, about to kill Ben before Kat tells him to stop at gunpoint. Dirk doesn't give a crap though and executes her, so Flint jumps in to fight. But if you know anything about sand and heat, then you know what happens next. Flint's arms turn to glass as electricity courses through him. Ben drags him back, not letting Dirk finish the job, and he hurls him at the plastic dram, sliming him out. Woof, there is nothing left of the man, but he had to go. This guy was a menace. Ben hands the last vial of antidote to Kat, letting her cure Flint so that the two of them can be happy, knowing he's giving away the last shot he had at a normal life. Kat tells him that in another life, she would have gladly ran away from him to some far-off place, but not in this one. Instead, Ben is now the Spider once again, and his detective agency finds new life, with Janet being the new co-detective, and Robbie getting his own desk at the Daily Bugle for all the reporting he's done throughout the series. Honestly, a pretty happy ending, even if Kat and Ben were doomed from the start. At the end of the day, Spider-Noir is some peak old-timey television with a Spidey touch that makes it all the more exciting. Nicolas Cage is just fantastic as Spider-Noir. I think all of you should definitely watch this show right now, and I need a season 2 ASAP. But if you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and see ya.